Hello and welcome back to English Like Locals, the channel where we teach you the English British people actually speak. I'm Jess.
And I'm Marcus. Now this one's an advanced episode, so if you're newer, maybe save it for later, but if you're ready, buckle up.
Today we're doing something very, very British. We're talking about class, and more specifically, how your accent gives your class away before you've even finished your first sentence.
Here's the thing foreigners don't always clock. In Britain, the second you open your mouth, everyone in the room is quietly filing you. Where you're from, what school you went to, how much money your mum and dad had.
Nobody says it out loud, but everyone is listening.
Everyone.
So today, Marcus is going to stay exactly as he is. Lovely, warm, proper East London.
Proper East London, yeah.
And I, who normally talk like this, am going to keep flipping into what we call RP, received pronunciation, the posh accent, the queenish, newsreader-ish, boarding school one.
And we're going to put the two side by side, same words, back to back, so you can actually hear the class line move.
One quick promise before we start. We are not mocking anyone here. Not the posh voice, not the Cockney one. Both are gorgeous, both are real, both are ours.
We love them equally. Right, shall we?
Okay, let's start with the classic. The one every British person is secretly judged on. The room where you know.
The bog. Where'd you keep it then?
Oh, the loo is just down the hall on the left.
And I'd say, toilet's through there, mate.
Hear that? Same room, posh version, loo. Nice and soft, almost cosy. Working class or plain version, toilet.
And funny thing, toilet is the one that sounds French and fancy, right? But in Britain it's the opposite. Say toilet at a posh dinner party and someone's eyebrow goes up.
They'll think it, they won't say it. Say loo or lavatory, you're in the club.
Mental, innit? The plainer word is the posh one.
Let's do it clean, back to back, for your ears. Lou? Marcus?
Toilet.
And did you catch what Marcus just did to the T at the end there? He didn't really say it. It became a little catch in the throat. We'll come back to that. It's one of the biggest tells there is.
Right, next one. And this one starts actual family arguments. The evening meal, what do you call it?
We'll be having supper at around 8.
See, where I'm from, that's your tea. What's for tea, mum? 5:30, 6 o'clock, done.
So, for a lot of working class families across Britain, tea isn't a hot drink, it's the whole evening meal.
And dinner might even be the middle of the day. School dinners, dinner lady, that's lunchtime.
Whereas in a posh household, supper is the casual family evening meal, and dinner is the fancier guests are coming version.
So if I say, come round for tea, I mean feed you properly. If she says,
do come for supper,
that's posh people being casual. Same meal, totally different postcode.
Side by side, supper,
tea.
One word, and you've placed the whole family. This next pair might be the single most powerful class detector in the English language. The thing you sit on in front of the telly.
The settee.
And the sofa.
There it is. Settee versus sofa. If you say settee, a certain kind of person has already decided your whole life story.
It's brutal, honestly. Settee is warm, it's northern, it's working class, it's most of the actual country. Sofa is the posher, correct one. Some old money types think couch is common, settee is common, and only sofa will do.
My nan would clip me round the ear for saying sofa. Who are you? The Queen?
And while we're in that room, what do you call the room itself?
The living room, or just the front room.
The lounge, or, if you're really grand, the drawing room.
Front room is where I grew up, the good room, the one you weren't allowed in.
And here's a lovely twist. Lounge sounds posh, but to the very poshest ears, lounge is actually a bit middle class and try hard. They'd say sitting room or drawing room.
So you can be too posh for lounge. Wild.
Back to back for your ears. The room, the lounge,
the living room,
the seat, sofa,
settee.
Okay, advanced learners, this is the real meat. Forget the words for a second. It's the actual sounds that betray you fastest. 3 big ones.
Number 1, the A in words like bath and grass.
In RP and the posh South especially, it's a long, open bath, grass. I'm having a bath on the grass.
And loads of Britain, the North, and plenty of work in London keeps it short and flat. Bath, grass,
Bath,
bath,
grass.
grass. That one gap has probably decided more dinner party seating than anything else in this country. Number 2, my favourite, the T in the middle of a word. Water, butter,
In RP, you tap it clean and crisp. Water, butter, pass the butter for the water.
and me, that T straight up vanishes. It becomes a glottal stop, a little catch in the throat where the T should be water, butter,
Water,
wa'a,
butter.
ba'a.
Learners, you don't have to produce the glottal stop, but you must be able to hear it because half of real London runs on it.
Number 3, the letter H at the start of words. House, have, behind.
RP keeps every H crisp and present. How lovely to have you here.
And classic Cockney drops it, clean off. How lovely to have you here. My house is just behind the pub.
House,
House,
have.
And here's the kicker. Drop your H's and some people decide you're thick, which is nonsense. It's just a different sound system. But that judgment, real, every day.
Posh versus common, same thing. 2 accents. Ready? Loo,
Toilet,
supper,
tea,
sofa,
settee,
lounge,
living room,
bath,
bath,
water.
water.
Same country, same words. Completely different lives, apparently. Which one do you say? Tell us below.
Last pair, and it's the first thing out of anyone's mouth. The greeting. I'd say, you all right?
And the textbook posh greeting. How do you do?
Now, you all right isn't even a real question. You don't want a medical update.
You just say it back. You all right? Yeah, you all right? Done. It means hello.
Whereas, how do you do?
Is so posh it's almost extinct. And the joke is, the correct reply to how do you do is just how do you do. You answer the question with the question.
You all right versus how do you do? One's the street, one's the palace. And every British person can place you in a heartbeat by which one you reach for.
How do you do,
You all right?
So here's what I want you to take from this. In Britain, class isn't just money. It's a sound. It's carried in your vowels, your dropped H's, whether your T survives the middle of water.
And people are listening, not because they're horrible. Most of them don't even know they're doing it. It's just wired in.
I do it myself. I flip into RP the second I'm on a work call, then straight back to my normal voice the moment I'm home. Most of us carry 2 or 3 accents and switch without thinking.
And that's the real lesson for you learning English. There is no one correct British accent. The Queen's English is one accent among many, not the top of a ladder.
The posh one isn't better. The Cockney one isn't worse. They're just different maps of the same city.
So don't stress about sounding posh. Stress about understanding all of it, because out there in the real Britain, you'll hear every single one of these in a single bus ride.
Learn to hear the difference, and you're not just learning English. You're reading the room like a local.
That's the whole game.
If this was useful, subscribe and tell us in the comments, in your country, does your accent give away where you're from too? We bet it does.
Nice one. See you next time.
Bye.